Our top news for tonight, Sarawak set to establish Regatta circuit. Sri Aman to become trial set for paddy field irrigation technology. STEM Common Lab to be constructed for schools without facilities. Good evening. The Sarawak government is establishing a statewide regatta circuit to build on the growing popularity of regattas and streamline their organization. According to Sarawak Premier Dato Patinggi Tan Sri Dr. Abang Abdul Rahman Zohari Tun Dato Abang Openg, the regatta circuit is designed to introduce a more systematic and cost-effective approach to hosting regattas, which are often expensive undertakings. He also highlighted the economic benefits, noting that the events will create valuable opportunities for local small and medium enterprises to generate additional income.
Oleh itu, kita terpaksa mengkaji semula as part of our economic injection to the local economy yang dapat menjanakan kegiatan yang memberi manfaat kepada rakyat, termasuklah SME, iaitu industri kecil dan sederhana. Jadi disebab itu, maka bajet tahun baru kita terpaksa mengubah suai disebabkan oleh sirkuit regatta. Ini adalah something unik kepada negeri Sarawak. Tempat lain saya ada kena tu.
He said this when opening the Batang Lupa Pesta Benak 2025 at the Sri Aman Riverbank in Semanggang on Saturday. He said that the government is taking into account the economic trajectory for SMEs in addition to also strengthening ties between the multiracial and multi-religious communities in the hosting area. Meanwhile, the Sarawak Premier called for the long-term upgrade for the Sri Aman division through the construction of infrastructure such as the Batang Lupa 2 bridge. This, he said, will provide connectivity for Tanjung Bijat, Lingga and Sebuyau, while one of the roads will also connect to Betong, which will shorten the journey to only 30 minutes.
Maknanya, ini menjadi satu hinterland. Satu hinterland yang dapat mewujudkan kegiatan ekonomi sama ada dari sudut sosial maupun dari sudut pertanian, sektor pertanian. Sebab itu, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita merancangkan secara menyeluruh bandar Semanggang, bahagian Sri Aman, dikait dengan bahagian Betong dan juga bahagian Samarahan. Dengan adanya jaringan jalan, maka kita dapat membuka kawasan baru. Dan selepas itu kita menilai potensi ekonomi yang ada di kawasan-kawasan tersebut.
Sri Aman Division will be a trial site for new paddy field irrigation technology in Sarawak. Dato Patinggi Abang Zohari said the technology is based on a hydro pump system using river water that is pumped upwards before being channeled to the rice fields. He added that water will then flow by gravity, thus generating electricity which provides two results simultaneously.
Jadi kita ada dua saja, satu elektrik, satunya sawah. Jadi ini kita akan coba di kawasan bandar bahagian Sri Aman menggunakan teknologi yang dapat memanfaatkan dua perkara, one in two.
Dato Patinggi Abang Zohari stated that as Sarawak begins to focus on planting rice and other crops, these agricultural products must be shared with countries interested in importing them. He added that the establishment of Air Borneo is a crucial step to ensure the timely export of these agricultural goods, especially those that need to be delivered immediately.
So biar tuan-tuan, kita ngikut cara baru. Nak jual barang pun kita ikut cara baru sebab biar kita tubuhkan Air Borneo. Bukan saja untuk manusia, tapi untuk kargo. Ini cara-cara kita dan ia dapat memasarkan hasil kita dengan cepat di pasaran.
The Sarawak government will build a common lab to ensure that school students have better access to science, technology, engineering, and mathematics (STEM) learning, especially in schools that do not have laboratory facilities. According to the Sarawak Premier, there were still schools that do not have laboratories, causing students to rely solely on memorizing from books.
Bersama dengan Dato Roland, saya kata let us have a common lab to be shared by the school that don't have the lab. Dan bagusnya dapat belajar on science.
Meanwhile, Dato Patinggi Abang Zohari said that he will inaugurate the creation of a new chip in the UK, whereby a Sarawakian succeed in producing a chip based on a gallium compound, making it the first of its kind in the world. He said this new chip is used in the automotive industry and its raw material comes from rare earths. He stressed that although Sarawak has rare earth resources, its production technology has not yet been mastered. Therefore, the government will send students up to the PhD level to master this technology and understand the production process of the material from their own resources. The 22nd edition of the Pesta Benak, which will be held for 3 days in Sri Aman this year, is expected to attract around 70,000 visitors. Sarawak Deputy Minister of Education, Innovation and Talent Development and Simanggang Assemblyman, Dato Francis Harden Hollis, said the large number would directly benefit residents through an increase in business activities in the festival area.
Dijangkakan sebanyak 609 lot gerai jualan yang menjual beraneka barang dan juga gerai makanan dan minuman bagi memenuhi kehendak dan permintaan pengunjung. Jadi dari sudut ekonomi juga kehadiran dan kebanjiran pengunjung sudah pasti akan menjanakan pendapatan dan aliran transaksi jual beli di antara pembeli dan penjual. Jadi ini secara langsung dapat menyumbangkan pendapatan dan sosioekonomi penjual dan peniaga di bahagian Sri Aman.
Dato Francis Harden, who is also the advisor to the Pesta Benak 2025 Organizing Committee, informed that this year's organizers are introducing new approach in arranging stalls to ensure the smooth running of the program. Meanwhile, Dato Patinggi Abang Zohari took the time to pay a brief visit to Sekolah Kebangsaan SK Abang Aing in conjunction with his visit to the Pesta Benak 2025 on Saturday. During the visit, he spent around 30 minutes to learn of the progress of the school's upgrading project, which is currently categorized as dilapidated. Meanwhile, he also listened to a briefing by the director of the Sarawak Public Works Department, Senior Dr. Cassidy Morris, at the Jumaani Hall of SK Abang Aing. According to a recent statement by the Sarawak Public Works Department, the SK Abang Aing upgrading project will involve the reconstruction of dilapidated buildings, namely Blocks A, B, and C, a new toilet block, and a CESCO substation. The construction work began on August 12 and is expected to be fully completed on June 11, 2027. The Sarawak Premier on Friday received a farewell courtesy call from Sarawak Police Commissioner Dato Mancha at Complex Satya Pertiwi ahead of his mandatory retirement. Dato Mancha said the meeting marked his final official visit as Sarawak Police Commissioner ahead of his mandatory retirement on 29 September.
Sebenarnya perjumpaan itu merupakan kunjungan terakhir secara rasmi atas kapasiti saya sebagai Pengurusi Polis Sarawak. Jadi tak ada PT lain, cuma saya mengucapkan tinggi penghargaan dan terima kasih kepada Yang Berhormat Premier dan juga seluruh barisan kepimpinan Sarawak atas sokongan, kepercayaan dan kerjasama sepanjang perkhidmatan saya sebagai Pusatjaya Polis Sarawak. Dan masa terdekat ini, hari Jumaat depan, pada 26 hari bulan 9, saya akan handover serah tugas kepada CP yang baru, Pusatjaya Polis yang baru, iaitu Zainal. Dia Sarawakian juga, lokal. Jadi saya amat rasa bersyukur kerana diberi peluang untuk berbakti kepada tanah air sendiri, Sarawak.
He added that the handover ceremony to the new Sarawak Police Commissioner will be held on 26 September. Dato Mancha expressed confidence that his successor, Dato Muhammad Zainal Abdullah, 47, will continue efforts to safeguard public order and the well-being of Sarawakians. Sarawak reiterates its commitment to achieving zero rabies by 2030 in line with the targets of the World Health Organization and international animal organizations. However, efforts to eradicate the disease are a shared responsibility of all parties, not just the government. Sarawak Deputy Premier and Minister of Public Health, Housing and Local Government, Dato Aman Dr. Sim Kui Hian, said this effort must be taken seriously because failure to eradicate rabies will have a negative impact on the state's image.
And all these points are really important because the government side at the top side we are serious that we want rabies to be free of rabies by 2030. Why 2030 is not a date set by us, it's a date set by the World Organization, WHO, the animals organization. 2030 in the whole world already. But how is that going to happen? We don't want that 2030, the whole world has no rabies except for Sarawak.
He said this when officiating World Rabies Day 2025 at the Kuching South City Council Community Hall on Friday. Dato Aman Dr. Sim also stressed that all parties need to play their roles, including the community, pet owners, non-governmental organizations, local authorities, the Sarawak Veterinary Services Department, as well as international partners who have long collaborated in the rabies eradication effort. The government also expressed its appreciation for the various investments and strong support of the community in ensuring that zero rabies target is achieved. And that's the English edition with me, Nicholas Zechariah Boni. More news can be found in our official portal, ukas.sarawak.gov.my, and social media platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. We end tonight's UCAS Bulletin with displays from the Batang Lupa Pesta Benak 2025 at the Sri Aman Riverbank in Simanggang on Saturday. #Selaran Informasi Rakyat. Have a good night.